Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's new, my name is Olivia, and for today's look, this beauty here, I wasn't planning on making a video because it was pretty. I didn't think that it deserved a video, but I had a lot of requests for a video, and I wanted to, even though it's nighttime and my lighting sucks, big shadows here, I wanted to get oh my goodness, words. I wanted to get this tickle tutorial made before I totally forgot what I did today. So I'm going to take out my earrings. Now I got to show you these earrings. These were from my friend, Frida Hannah. These are the cutest earrings I think I've ever seen. One is a man and one is a woman. Oh my gosh, they are super, super cute. Oops, I just took us on. Sorry. Oh my goodness. All right, there's the front of the man and the front of the woman. They're really, really, really super cute, and I thought they would totally go with this look I had today. I already took my sweater off because, oh my goodness, it was too hot for the sweater in the house. Now, I'm talking really fast because I had caffeine. I guess I haven't talked about it a lot. I totally decaffeinated myself during the month of December, and I really needed a cup of coffee this morning with caffeine. I did buy decaffeinated coffee because I found out that it's not the caffeine that I missed. It's really the taste of the coffee, that bitter taste of coffee. Anyway, oh my goodness. So words, I totally lost track. Sorry. Sometimes that happens recently. I don't know why. Okay. So what I did today is I have this really heavy duty scarf. It's a really heavy pashmina style. This also is from my good friend Frida Hannah. It's in this gorgeous color. Oh my gosh, it's like a camel color. It's absolutely beautiful. But it's on the thicker side. So I would say with this style, you need a bit of body to your scarf. It definitely would not work with a really thin thin scarf. Okay, so what I did for placing it on my head, sorry, whew, I gotta slow down. I'm getting too excited about this. Is I folded three pleats. Yeah, they look like three pleats, but it's folded over the front. I folded another pleat and another pleat, so that's the front fold and two pleats. Now, before I put it on my head, I am wearing my Wendy. There is no Uber on my head today. Now, when I'm placing, after the folding, I'm placing it on my head so I have a long tail and a very short tail. And, of course, because it's me, I'm putting it on in an angle because I love angles. Now, you can see, I'm putting it on here. And I'm going to just crisscross. Now, when I crisscross, this tail goes over the top and lays on this side, just like so. I'm going to adjust my pleat here because it moved backwards. Okay, it was acting stupid. Let's replete this guy. So we're gonna replete. Oh my goodness. All right, so I was trying to avoid that because it can get a little tedious. All right, so I have this front edge. This front edge is a little messy, so I folded it over. Now, when I folded it over, I grabbed, and you probably can't see this, but I am grabbing here, and folding forward. So you have that. Okay, and then I'm holding that, and I'm doing the same thing and grabbing. And then I have three. Now I know that's hard to see. It's really hard for me to do it on camera. I'm working on, for my birthday in April, getting a real camera that I can do some of the weird angles on the camera. I can do some of the weird angles and splice in and do all the fun editing bits. So I'm looking forward to that. I tried it with my phone. I just don't have the right setup for my phone to do that. So I have my three folds right there. I'm going to place it on my head. Now I want this short side long enough to come up. We'll leave these just like this, and I can adjust it in a minute. I want it to be long enough to come up and tie the knot right about here-ish. So we're going to be gentle with this. And we're going to tie it with, see this, the short end comes over the shoulder. This guy goes over here. Now I am going to cheat these back just a little bit because there's one. They're easy to move once they're on your head. They really are. And there's those. Okay, now I'm going to, I did not, when I originally did this, I did not put the folds in right away. I pulled up and then I adjusted the folds. So I'm going to try to do it that way too on this side and see how that works. Okay. So I'm just folding over the front edge a little tiny bit just so that that edge is not as messy. I'm going to leave the back edge alone, let it do its thing. Looks like it wants to fold in, so I'm going to let it crinkle, crinkle, bring up. Okay, now when I bring it up at the angle, I am going to tie the knot so that this long piece comes out the front. So I'm going to tie it just like so. Okay. Now these silly things, okay, I want those back. So we have this here. You see this, all this mess here. Poor planning. Okay. So we're going to adjust it again. Just making sure that the edges are tucked in. Because again, I'm going to manipulate, move this, I'm going to manipulate the scarf once it's on my head. So. Just like so. Okay. Now these crazy guys get tucked in to this pocket. Where are you, pocket? When we flip the scarf, there's a pocket. Okie dokie. Now this is a hot mess. Fling you over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is figure out the way the scarf wants to actually lay and twist it to that direction. And I'm going to play with it. Okay. To get it to unfold. Okay. This is why I should always film while I'm wrapping. I totally did not expect this one to fight me. So, let's see. Swinging around. And yes, I'm going to post this just like this because with all the errors and stupid mumblings and things, because that's just the way I do. Feel free to fast forward through that. Okay, now let's take 3-ish, 2-ish. Okay, so I'm bringing it up. Okay, we're going to tie the scarf so that the long tail comes out the front. Like, hopefully so. Okay. You guys go back into the back here. Yay! I found the easy peasy to find the pocket this time. Okay, so I have no pleats on this side. What I did, because it was a hot mess when I did it, really honestly it was, I just started playing with the scarf. And this is a really, really substantial scarf. I don't know if I showed it to you, but it's pretty thick. You can see it's pretty thick. Not seeing through this guy at all. And you have for these pleats here. I just started manipulating them. Just like so. The scarf really does want to cooperate. It does want to pleat. It's just one of those scarves. Here is 3. And I believe I had 5 pleats on this side. Okay. So here is 4. And we're going to reach back here. And this is a pleat backwards. I'm going to flip him forward. And of course, we just give him a little finessing to get him to behave. Okay. Making them pretty. All right, so I can ignore the rest of it. If you wanted more pleats, you could totally do more pleats. Now, this is the way it started out. I know it looks, you're like, what? What? But there was, well, that's this. Since this comes out the front here, what I did was I adjusted so that these little guys, little edges, folded in on both sides like so. And I brought this guy up and over. Now, when I did this, I just kind of rolled this under and I tucked the tail in the back just to get rid of it. All those spaces, all those things. Now you can see it's starting to get the shape. And then I went through, and like the other ones, I freeformed the pleats. Now this, because it is a freeform, and I know I say this a lot, freeform never, ever, ever does the same thing twice. The scarf, it's slightly longer on one side than it was the last time. It's a little bit more soft because you've worked with it. You're doing it with a different scarf. These things, I mean, even your arms getting tired, and there's so many variables with these kinds of wraps. I mean, it's hard enough to get a beginner's luck to turn out the same every single time. But these kinds of wraps, they do change a little bit. So, like I've got number 6 with the pleats on this side. So don't worry. It's the same basic techniques. They just don't always do the same things. So that's why I should probably have filmed while I was doing this. And I was excited that this happened totally by accident today. So I'm tucking this in. And then I don't remember how many pleats I had, but I just played with the scarf to get it to pleat. It was kind of a challenge to see how many pleats I could get and how I could get them to lay properly. So it was pretty entertaining for me to play with this until I got it the way I wanted it. And I think I spent 15 minutes on my makeup, and I spent 45 minutes playing with my headscarf today. Same thing back here. Just tuck the ugly portion of the scarf away. Just to, I can get those really pretty crisper pleats back here. Just by pulling them out. There you go. You got a couple pleats there. Now you see, this is coming out really nicely with as far as telling me where the pleats are gonna want to be. Got this piece here that I tucked in. So I got this And then I just, again, just played with it here until fabric magic happened. And I got this really, really, really beautiful shape up top. There we go. Now I can also, if this is a pain, if you don't want to freeform them, you can also take and form the pleats like so. Because this also works. I'm running out of patience for the freeforming right now. I do that both ways. I do freeform and I do planned. Okay, so I've got this ugly portion, just flipping it under and up like so. Okay. So, okay. This way, it eats up a little bit. If I twist it a little bit, it gives it a point here. And I just stuff this in. This will hold nicely. And I know it's ugly right now, but this guy gets tucked in. And you still have all these pleats. I roll this guy in, just like so. And I roll the pleats over like this. Now this is definitely more pleats than I had in it, but it's kind of cool. Okay. This guy we are rolling over. And I know it looks a mess right this minute. Again, my arms are tired. I've been painting and painting and painting for days. Days and days and days and days. My arms feel like they're going to fall off. My poor hands feel like they're just, they're one squeeze away from season up. So no excuses, just chatting. So I did. It's coming along really well down there. I just want it to be done already. I'm so tired of painting. So tired of painting. Okay. And I do want to get that more crisp. So I'm going to stick my hand underneath and I'm going to kind of pat it. I know this is silly too, but that's something I do. And if you don't like this particular pleat, unroll it. Because that looks better anyway. Okay. Okay. And I hate to stay and keep puttering with it. It's just, that's what I did. It's a secret to all these crazy pleated ensembles, is that I sit and I play with it until I get it to where I want it. And sometimes we don't have the luxury of that kind of time. But for pleats, I like to take my time with it. Okay. All right. All right, so my little bit of indentation there. what I really love, and I know it had a bit of a swoop and indent up here. What I really wanted was to have it straight up and over. That's what I was going for and never quite got with this this look. But I need to actually have a stiffener back there, something to make it stiff and hold that shape. Okay, so tucking that in. Okay, we are going to crispify this one. And I know it's 20 minutes in. I'm still not done. I'm sorry. But this is, excuse me, hiccups. This is how I did today's wrap with this beautiful swoosh up. This can be done in so many different ways. You can have more random pleats to it. You can have really super crisp pleats. Now the crisp pleats, I think I don't know that I could do it because I'm clumsy. I can't walk past something without kicking it or bumping into it with my hip or my knee or something. So I would probably burn myself, but somebody else could probably get all these pleats and then iron it. Now that's taking it back to like ironing your hair. Like a long time ago, you get your friend to iron your hair. I know that's weird, but some people actually did it, and it was a thing. So you could definitely get the pleats made up crisp and give a quick iron. But not something that I'm comfortable doing because, again, I'm a klutz. That's where my daughter gets it. And yeah, so all right. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It's been a long day. I'm going to get right back to more painting. Since I was lazy this morning, I spent most of the day watching all the inauguration coverage because yay! That's just what my daughter and I did. It was exciting. Now I'm gonna say I need to have that big gold peace dove that Lady Gaga wore. I need to have one of those because I need it for this. I need it to wear on my head. I've got to figure out how that one worked, how it was made, because I need it. It's something I need in my life. So, all right. I hope you ladies enjoyed this. I hope I was clear with what I did with showing you, even if my words were sometimes a little off. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next tutorial.